Today, we will go through how admin can add and manage the expense claim, travel request, and expense advance details in the admin portal. If employee have access to ESS portal and mobile app, then they can submit these details and manager can approve them. We already have a dedicated video for that process explaining how employee can apply these expense claim details, travel request and expense advance details through their ESS portal. You can review those details and you can share that video to your employees for more guidance. To add expense claim details, go to Payroll, Employee Expense Claim and then Expense Subcategories. If you want to add a expense claim details, you will need to define a subcategory. There are already some predefined categories, but if you want to add a new one, click on add new record and you can add the details. Enter the name here and select the expense category and the expense type, whether it is a personal or business. If you want that expense amount to be included in the salary and shown on salary payslip, then enable these options. Once all the details are filled, click on save. Before adding an expense claim, let's take a look at other options. Expense policy. If employees are submitting expense claim through the ESS portal and you wanted to apply a policy and wanted to set a limit, then you can define it here. To create a new policy, click on add new expense policy. Update a name here. And you can set a per instance limit, how much an employee can claim at once, and a monthly limit also. Once the details are updated, click on save. Now these expense policy needs to be assigned to the employees to whom you wanted to set a limit. You can assign these expense policy in the employee window. To assign, go to employees, search and select that employee. Under payroll details, you can assign the expense policies here. You can also assign policies in bulk using the employee selected detail option in the attendance module. If employees are traveling, they can submit a travel request with an estimated cost through their ESS portal, or you can also enter these details directly in the admin portal. To add a new travel request, go to Payroll, Expense Claim, Travel Request. Click on Add Employee Travel Request to define a new entry and fill in the required details such as employee name, trip name, select the start date and trip end date, update the estimated cost, select the mode of travel. If you have an estimated file that you can upload here, enable is approved and click on save. Your travel request will be saved in the system. Once the travel request is submitted, employee can apply for expense advance and you can also manage these details in the admin portal. To allot an expense advance, go to Payroll, Expense Claim, Expense Advance. Click on Add Advance Expense Claim and fill in the required details and you can submit the expense advance here. Search that employee here. Select the travel request from the drop down, update the advance amount and select on which month this amount is going to be paid. Select the mode of payment. If you wanted to include this amount in the salary, then select mode of payment as in the payroll, otherwise you can select it as outside the payroll. Enable the is approved option. We also provided a balance recovery month. If expense claim is less than the advance amount, the extra amount will be recovered from that employee during that month. Once all the details are updated, click on save and your expense advance will be saved in the system. To add only an expense claim, navigate directly to the expense claim window and enter the required details. If your claim includes a travel request and advance expenses, ensure those are submitted first. To add an expense claim, go to Payroll, Expense Claim, Employee Expense Claim. In this window, you can review existing expense claims. When an employee submits a new expense claim entries, their manager can approve them through the ESS portal or you can approve them here as well. To add a new entry, click on Add New Employee Expense Claim and fill in the required details. Select the employee, select the pay month. in which month this expense amount is going to be paid. Select the subcategory here from the drop down menu and the mode of payment. And you can update the expense value here, invoice number, invoice date, enable ease approved and ease paid options here. And if you wanted to mention any remarks, then you can add those remarks here. Once all the details are updated, click on save and your expense claim details will be saved in the system.